And typically people in rural communities, there's more eating at home, more cooking at home, fewer restaurants and things like that. They're eating a lower fat diet and definitely a lower sodium diet as well. And so then as we migrate to more urban areas, there's more restaurants, right? And when we're eating out, of course, and in the majority of restaurants everywhere, you're going to get a lot more fat and a lot more salt. So we're going to have excess sodium and excess fat. And both of these are contributors to raising our blood pressure. And then also, we find that as people get busy, and maybe they're moving to the cities, or they're working more, or they're just busy, right? Busy social life and all that. We see this increase in processed foods enter that community. And so when processed foods come in, what we get is a lot of sodium and typically a lot of fat. And they don't have a lot of nutrients because they're not, a processed food is not the way that something appeared in nature. It's been processed, right? And things have been removed and things have been added. And so all of these changes can affect the power of the food on your plate. So that's one more to think about. And then is physical activity too. That's going to be a player for high blood pressure as well. So we want to be physically active. So I'm going to focus on the food for sure. So I want to share a few things from my book that Tony mentioned. It's on, it was written here. I'm in Texas in the US, and it's called African American Nutrition, but it was designed for people who live in America who are who are of African descent. And so it would apply to all Africans really. So I want to talk about a few basic concepts with blood pressure, cholesterol, and how they're related. And one of those big things is saturated fat. So what is it that drives up our blood pressure and our cholesterol? Saturated fat can do that. So when we're thinking about cholesterol is, all mammals have cholesterol. We need cholesterol for our cells to work, for our brain to function. We need a little bit of cholesterol. And so we have this brilliant mechanism. It's our liver, and it uses nutrients from food to produce however much cholesterol we need. But what happens when we eat a mammal, when we eat another mammal who has cholesterol in his body, we're going to get his actual cholesterol, if that makes sense. So that's one of the ways that we can experience elevated cholesterol, is if our diet has moved from the traditional very high plant dense diet to something with more animal foods and animal fats. That will be introducing more cholesterol, if that makes sense. And that would also include dairy products.